Welcome, everyone. Who's excited for the challenge to get started? My name is Dana. Joe and Gavin are anxiously awaiting to join us in just a couple of minutes. I just wanted to say hi to everyone. This is the new year, the new market, the new year, the new you challenge. There is something kind of unique about this challenge. So, in some challenges, the challenge is put forth towards you for you to do something different. But we are starting this challenge by challenging Joe and Gavin. We're asking them, if you had to start over, start from scratch, start in a new market, then how would you do it? So we get to peek over their shoulder, and they're going to show us that process here in just a couple of minutes. You've probably seen Joe and Gavin talk about that VIP experience, and there's a reason for that. So if you're on this challenge because you know you need this information, you're going to take this information and really apply it to your business, you're ready for it, then definitely check out the VIP. It includes a lot of great content. So for the challenge, you're going to get 3 days of great content. But if you're going to want to take that deeper dive and be able to ask Joe and Gavin questions, then check out the VIP. So that's newchallengevip.com. And there's actually an early bird price on that right now. So if you know you want this information, then go ahead and get it now. Don't wait till the end of the challenge, because it also includes 3 bonus calls. So starting today, you get an extra call with Joe and Gavin where you actually get to ask them questions about, how would it work in your area, or, just a question on the process that they're doing. So check that out. After the 3-day challenge, if you're a VIP member, then they're going to keep going. Joe and Gavin are going to have each their own market, and they're going to keep doing videos on how they're building out their marketing system. And then they take it even further than that they're going to have 2 days focused on this process. So you're going to get all the details that you need to be able to do this in your own business. And if you follow Joe and Gavin for a while, then you know they give you a lot of great information. They're not only going to teach you the process, the systems, but also kind of the mindset that you need and how they've seen people maybe struggle with doubts or fears and how you can overcome those and really get some momentum in your business. So check it out. And we have some exceptional prizes that we're going to do this week, starting with someone's going to get the VIP for free today. We're going to be giving away that during this call. And that's for someone who, kind of stepped out of their comfort zone and introduced themselves in the Facebook group, which we love to see that. And so we're going to reward someone for doing that. Some of the prizes we're going to have coming up is you get a coaching call with either Joe or Gavin. And we're also going to be giving away a course, the Simple Lease Options course. And this one is really good. So if you've heard Joe and Gavin talk about their customized version of FreedomSoft, we're going to be giving away 6 months of FreedomSoft. So really, really good prizes. So stay involved. I know Joe and Gavin are getting excited to join us. We do have a quick video we want to show you of some of the experiences that other students have had with our challenge. I think this will really get you excited, so we can kick this off and see what Joe and Gavin have for us. We'll get that started in just a minute.
I appreciate you guys. You guys are doing an awesome job. And I can't say enough the thanks that I'm giving out to you guys.
I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the new program that Joe and Gavin have. It's nothing short of amazing.
This program has helped me so much actually be able to focus on what I should be doing.
Joe has been very thorough. He's a very generous and thorough, kind-hearted person. Great guy in all of his presentations.
Just wanted to drop in and let you know I'm really enjoying the 5-day challenge, and this is only day 2. Looking forward to what you have the rest of the week for us.
Thank you so much, Joe, for all the content that you have been putting out there for the last years. My business and everything is really successful just because of you.
Thank you, Joe, for all the amazing resources you give us for free, like this amazing challenge we are taking right now.
I have to say that I think you guys are honest, sincere. I think you truly do care about your students.
I just want to say thank you to Joe and Gavin for putting this challenge on, this 5-day challenge. It's been a really great experience.
I have been taking Joe's and Gavin's challenge, 5-day challenge, and I think it's been fantastic.
And I am happy to step up and give Joe and Gavin a excellent review.
I think the VIP sessions are great. The opportunity to ask questions and listen to answers of other students' questions is really invaluable.
I have to say that this is one of the best scenarios I've had. So thank you very much, Joe and Gavin. I appreciate you for putting this together.
It's motivated me. It's forced me to confront my own fears, and it's actually helped me to give myself a kick up the backside.
I wanted to just give a shout out to Joe and Gavin and thank you for the work. And guys, I'm really glad to be on the workshop.
I just want to say that Joe has a lot of really valuable information. He shares what he knows. He doesn't hold much back. I would highly encourage anyone signing up for one of his challenges. He's got them going on all the time, and they're a lot of fun.
What's up, everybody?
Good morning.
I'm so excited about this. Man, I could hardly sleep last night. I was, number one, nervous about this challenge, whether we could pull it off or not. And we are live. We got hundreds and hundreds of people on. Man, I'm so excited about this. Thank you, Dana, for the intro. Good job.
Yeah, great.
You're welcome.
And
Good
hey, I just
morning.
want to say real quick, Gavin, sorry. I just want to say thank you to the team. Our team has been working really, really hard behind the scenes. Dana, Sam, Whitney, Jamelia, all of our VAs. So thank you guys for putting this together. Like the testimonial video you just saw, we've got hundreds and hundreds of testimonial videos like that. And so just to see it on video with some music and all fancy and makes us look good, I love it. Thank you guys for doing that.
That's awesome.
So Dana, we're going to pick a winner.
Yes.
And they get what again? Free VIP access?
Yes. Yeah, they get the whole package. So the Q&A
Nice.
calls, the mind map, the workbook, the videos, the 2-day intensive. So,
and if you guys are wondering what on earth we're talking about, if you go to newmarketvip.com, you'll see the VIP stuff that you get. It's amazing. It's the best package we've ever put together for this stuff. But I also want to tell you, if you're a VIP member, tonight we're doing an extra coaching call, I think 8 p.m. Eastern, right, Gavin, Dana?
Yes, correct.
And if you're a VIP member, we're giving away 6 months of Freedom Soft. Is that right, Dana?
yeah. We've never done that before. So
That's a
it's a great
$1,200 value.
Yeah.
Yep.
$1,200 because it's like $197 a month. For 6 months, you're going to get it for free for one VIP member tonight that we're going to draw. Pick a challenge for that. Cool. So who's the winner, Dana, for the free VIP access?
Okay. So our winner,
And I'm going to add
is
his name to the banner, or her.
Kevin O'Brien.
Kevin
He did a live video, and just want to
Awesome,
reward
Kevin.
him for doing that.
I don't know if I spelled his name right. I know I didn't. Is that
Yeah, I
good?
think it's
Close?
Ian, but
All right, so Dana will reach out to you, Brian, in the Facebook group. So awesome. Congratulations. And let me just say one other thing, too. If you are watching this for some reason on YouTube, because we're broadcasting live right now on YouTube and a bunch of different Facebook groups and my Facebook page and stuff. So if you want to participate and get access to these videos are going to be live right now in the Facebook group. We have a special private Facebook group just for this challenge. You need to go to newmarketchallenge.com and make sure you sign up there. It's free. Just put your name and email and it'll redirect you to the Facebook group where this is. And that's where we're going to pick people for the prizes. That's where we're going to be posting stuff in there and answering questions and all that good stuff, right? Nice. Am I forgetting anything?
Oh, I think you did
man,
great.
we got so many people coming in here
I
like
know.
this. Way to go, Kevin O'Brien. I knew it was with an E. Thank you, sir. But hey, Risa. So all of you guys that you're in, if you're in here, here we go, Susan. Can't believe we're giving away free Freedom Soft for 6 months. Yeah, that's huge. When you type in your comments in the Facebooks and YouTubes, we can see them and add them in here. So as we go through this content today, Dana will be posting your comments and questions and stuff like that. We want this to be super interactive. Gavin, you haven't even had a chance to talk yet. I'm sorry.
I know you two have come out the blocks. I'm just waiting to get a word in. Yeah, good morning, guys. I'm excited. Just like these two, we're ready to get going. I think this is something, it's a new year, okay, a new you, and there's no better time than to be doing this in January, okay? And we're going to be giving you literally a roadmap. We're going to be talking about it on this 3-day, but in the VIP, we're going to actually be documenting, okay, which is going to be huge for you leading up to our 2-day event, where we're literally going to be going video each day for about 9 days leading up to that event, just giving you, you know, small kind of things to do, what we would do if we were entering a challenge. So I'm excited about that. And these 3 days, even if you don't join us on the VIP, there's still going to be a ton of value, okay, that we're going to be giving you. And I think day one's one of my favorite, because we're going to be talking about kind of, you know, the mindset and your thought processes and things like that, which I'm huge on. It's one of the main things that I focus on with our coaching students. So I'm excited to get going, Joe.
Well, let's go ahead and get started. Dana, I'm going to, don't go anywhere. I'm booting you off though.
Okay. I'll see you in a bit.
But Dana's going to stick around and monitor the comments and the questions. Dana, feel free to, you know, pop questions or comments in.
Okay.
Add the banners once in a while and stuff like that. And Gavin and I are going to get started. Appreciate you,
Awesome.
Dana. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
just want to say, Joe, before we get going real quick, that guys, we are going to try and answer your comments, but there's going to be a lot of people. Okay. That's why we do the coaching calls in the evening. Okay. And we will stay on to answer everyone's question in the evening. And that's why we put them sessions on, because we're not trying to avoid your question. It's just a lot of people watching.
Yeah. We got hundreds and hundreds. All right. And here's the thing too, guys, if you're watching this live in the Facebook group right now, you have to be in the Facebook group, because if you miss part of it, you can watch it later today. So this will be in the Facebook group as well. Also, real quick, if you can see on the video, it says Facebook user right there. If you're in the Facebook group, if you open up the description of this video, there's a link that you need to click from StreamYard that allows you to, for them to post your name and picture. Not a big deal, but if you click that link, it'll let us see who you are when you're posting comments. Okay. And again, congratulations, Kevin. Our team will be reaching out to you. All right. So today, Gavin, this is a new year, right? And one of the things that I like to do every year is look at my business and say, man, if it all burnt down and I lost everything and I had to start over from scratch, what would I do? And it's a good question to ask regularly, isn't it? Because like, we need to make sure that we're still on track. We're focused on our highest revenue generating activities. We got to make sure that our business is growing, not shrinking, right?
Yep, absolutely. You're exactly right. And that's kind of what this is about, right? We're trying to get back into kind of, if we were starting over again, that's what this is about. And I don't know about you, Joe, I'm going to talk probably throughout these 3 days about like the days where we're going to go into a new market as we do this. And I've kind of been thinking a lot about it on what I would do. And we're going to be discussing some of that. But there's so many ways to do it. There's so many ways to make money. If you have a budget of $1,000 or you have a zero, like literally nothing but time. So there's going to be different things. And yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Right. And one of the things we want to ask you guys right now is what are your goals out of this workshop, out of this 3-day challenge that we're doing? What are some of your goals? What would you like to see happen in your business? What would you like to learn? And we want you to type that in the comments, because we're going to be looking at those as we go through this. We want to make sure that we're touching the highlights that you guys are most interested in, what you're hoping to learn, what you're hoping to get out of this challenge. So please type it in the comments, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook right now. Type in the comments what you're hoping to get out of this challenge, what you're hoping to learn. But my big goal was, like I said before, if I lost everything, if I had to start over from scratch, if somebody kidnapped me and took me to a brand new market that I've never been in before, what would I do to start doing deals? And like I couldn't go home, or I couldn't see my family until I actually made $5,000 or whatever. What would I do? And it helps me just make sure that I'm focusing in on the highest and best use of my time, right? That I'm using my resources wisely, that I'm using my team wisely. And so that's the big picture of this. Like if we were going to go into a new market, and start doing deals. And that there wouldn't be anything else I would be doing. I wouldn't be starting an Amazon business, Gavin.
No.
I wouldn't be investing in crypto.
Definitely not right now.
No, I wouldn't be selling a course or trying to sell something online. I wouldn't be, arbitraging Amazon and eBay stuff. I wouldn't be doing the stock market or cryptocurrencies or Forex. I would be doing real estate. I mean, Gavin, is there anything you would be doing, or would it be real estate? If you had to make money and put food on the table.
100% real estate. Yep. It's something that's just, it's never going to change, right? I talk about you invest for today. I'm big on that, right? People say, well, what is the market? We're at the height, and you try and calculate what the market's going to do, and no one knows really. So if you invest for today, you do your actions today, and then allow the outcome to be what it will be. And the way that we run business, right, is that we're either wholesaling or controlling property without owning it, or buying it at a super discount and selling it on owner finance, whatever it is, that we can't really lose out, because you make money when you buy, not when you sell.
Yeah. In fact, Gavin, if you had, you're in a new market and you needed to eat, right? Would you go out and get a part-time job? Would you go get, or would you start just getting on the phone and start doing deals?
I'd network and get on the phone. And if I'm not on the phone, I'm not making money. That's how I started. So when everyone's worried about the calculator not working, or how do I make these 3 offers and all that, like if you really need it, you haven't got time to worry about any of them things. Like, you haven't even got time. As you just said, sometimes you have to trick the mind. Like, if someone had a gun to your head, right, your thought process would be different. Or you couldn't see your kids until you did a deal. Your thought process would be different. You wouldn't be worrying about if it's the right offer or not. You'd just be sending the offer out, and you'd be going on to the next and the next and the next until someone said yes.
That's such a great analogy. It's kind of unfortunate that we have to use it sometimes.
Yeah.
But like, if a terrorist had a gun at your head and said, you go make that phone call or make that offer in 5 minutes, or I'm going to blow your head out. I mean, that's sorry. Okay. But
yeah,
you would do it, right? Like, you would go to our YouTube channel and you would do a search for how to make an offer, right? Or you would just go to Zillow, find the Zestimate value of the house, and make an offer at 70% of that. Like, just make the offer. And so that we don't want to complicate this at all. We want to just make this sound as simple and easy for you to just say, you know what, I can do that. I'm going to take massive action. This is going to be my year.
Yep.
This is going to be my year. I'm going to get off the sidelines. I'm going to get in the game. Come on, Patrick Mahomes last night,
crazy.
The Kansas City Chiefs. I watched 3 of the 4 games last weekend. Oh my gosh. Every single one of them was a nail biter, right? But here's my point. I'm talking about football. Those of you who don't know, the playoffs this weekend. Here's my point. Get off the sidelines. Get in the game. The coach is calling to you. We're your coaches. And we're saying, hey, Smith, get in the game. And we're calling you right now to get in the game, get off the sidelines. This is going to be your year to start doing deals, start making money.
Yeah.
Who's excited about that? If you're excited, say, I want to in the game. Let me in, coach. Type it in the comments right now. Type in the comments right now. We want this to be interactive. We're not going to let you just be lazy and eat potato chips at 9 a.m. in the morning while you're watching us. We want you to participate in this group. This is a live challenge. This isn't pre-recorded. We are here live, and we want to see the comments light up. Give us a thumbs up, like this video, because when the more people are participating in this video, the more the other people that join the group that aren't in or forgot or something, they're going to start seeing alerts and notifications from Facebook saying, oh my gosh, I forgot about this. This is doing it. I mean, this is live. Let me go in here. And so we want you to comment, participate, thumbs up, like, heart, all of that good stuff, because we want as many people in here as possible, right? So that's the game is playing right now. Are you going to be in or not? Are you going to be on the sidelines just studying the plays all the time?
And the thing is, Joe, no one's going to do it for them, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
No one is going to do it for you guys. Only you can do it. And that's the thing. Are you going to have the same year as 2021 and 2022? Have you been trying to do this business since 2016? Like, what is changing? And sometimes you have to change, right? It's not the market. It's not something's not working. Unfortunately, you have to identify, maybe I'm not working, maybe I need to change. And that's what this is about. It's a fresh start. Okay. It's kind of a clean slate. It's January to go, all right, let's make a difference this year. And if you put in the time and the work and be consistent to what we're saying, you have to do deals. We have hundreds and hundreds of clients doing deals and have done deals. So it's no different for you guys. And we're not going to be holding anything back in this. I think there's one thing that we get credit for, that we try and over deliver on everything that we do, because we want you to be successful. That we're not telling you things that are like, stay away from these markets, because there are markets. Everyone come into the markets I'm in. It doesn't matter, because it's collaboration, right? If we can do deals together and we can help more people out, that's the way I see it.
Yeah. And again, like I've been trying to say, it's not complicated. It's not rocket science. It's really actually easy. And you can go, especially today with technology. I mean, Gavin, you're in your RV right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you? You live in Savannah, Georgia, but you're in Arizona, right?
I'm in Phoenix. Yep. We started the demo. You couldn't have timed it any better, of course. So we started the demo on the house. So the RV's on the drive. So I'm now living it back in the RV. But yeah, I mean, I travel a lot. We have a house in Michigan for the summer. I have Savannah and then Phoenix. And it's pretty amazing, when you look back, and sometimes you have to, look back and kind of see what you've achieved over the years. And it all started with a vision, right? And that's what I created. I mean, I work hard, don't get me wrong, but the vision is how can I work from anywhere in the world and do deals from anywhere? That was the goal, from a phone and a laptop. And that's what I've done. I'm on video with you right now. I could be in Savannah tomorrow and still be on video with you from Savannah, right? I can still operate from anywhere, just like I can talk to sellers from Alaska to Savannah to, St. Louis. It doesn't matter. As long as you have the internet connection and you're willing to do the work, you can get the results. But it starts with that vision and kind of that bigger picture.
Yeah. A few years ago, I was with my family of 6. I have 4 kids and my wife, and we were in Prague for 3 months. This is probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I was doing deals from Europe. In fact, there was one time we were staying for a week in a, 500-year-old chateau or whatever in France, southern France. And it's just incredible. It's beautiful. It's just amazing. And I remember getting a picture of a check of a deal that my team did while I was traveling in Europe. So guys, we've done deals literally from RVs, from national parks, from cafes in Prague, chateaus in France. We've done deals literally from all over the world. Gavin obviously is not from the US. He's done deals while visiting his homeland in the UK, Yep. So it's like you can do deals from anywhere. And in this challenge, we're going to break down step by step what we would do if we were traveling in an RV, if we were going to Europe, or if we were staying at home, right? I haven't clocked in for a job since 2009. So 12 years now, 13 years now. And I can't, I don't want to knock having a job, because that's obviously important for a lot of people, but like, I can't tell you how awesome and free and liberating it is to know that I can almost literally print money on demand. I obviously have to work for it, but I know I've done so many deals, and it's easy for me to say this, and I'm saying this not to brag, but to give you the confidence that you can do it as well. But doesn't it feel good, Gavin, to know? Because with what we know about real estate and the deals that we've done and how we've seen our students successful, like we could literally go into any market, get on the computer, pick up the phones, start making offers, start doing deals without spending thousands and thousands of dollars in marketing, right?
Yep, absolutely. And I have a track record, just like you, of doing it. I mean, we did a flip in Maui, Hawaii, just because someone said that I only work lower end markets and it doesn't work. So we went into Maui to prove a point and did a deal there. And the way that I actually have a case study on it, but the way that we structured that was I had a flipping partner on the ground who bought the money in, did the rehab, sold it, and then we got a portion on the back end. I think it was just under 500 grand that deal was as a whole. So we made about just over 90,000 on it after closing costs and things. So you're exactly right. Once you have the data and you have, I call it like a marketing machine, right? Is that we can build a marketing machine anywhere we want in the United States to generate leads. And then it is literally the same process if you're working Mississippi or San Francisco. Okay. And the difference is that you might have to make more offers and talk to more people in San Francisco than you do in Mississippi to do a deal. But in San Francisco, you might make 100 grand, and in Mississippi, you might make 7,000, right? So they're kind of the differences, but the process is exactly the same.
Guys, my teenage sons, right now they're 18 and 16. They started doing the land deals, virtual land deals with me and my other business partner, Matt, about 3 years ago. We just looked at our numbers. Guys, we've been doing it super part-time, okay? Like literally, we'll go through spurts, but if you were to average it out, maybe an hour a week over the last few years. We've done over $151,000 in land profits, flipping vacant land. My teenagers, okay? Yep. My teenage, like we homeschool them. They're smart kids, but like you don't have to be that smart to do this. All right. And we'll document this, but we targeted some markets we did land deals in Oregon, Oregon, North Carolina, and Colorado and California. Those 4 different, we did a little bit in Texas. We dabbled, but anyway, $151,000 in profits in the last few years with me and my teenage sons. And it's just as simple as doing it. It's not rocket.
And what's cool, Joe, about that as well, I remember early before they got started, us having a conversation about them cold calling and did we feel it was right and the way that, cold callers get treated and kind of the language and their age and kind of like, I don't know, I think they might be a bit young. So then when you went into land, that they didn't have to have these conversations until the person was actually willing to sell in the way that we do it, is pretty amazing. And obviously you're going to be covering a lot more of that.
It's better than that. We don't even talk to the sellers until they've seen our offer.
Yeah.
And we make offers so ridiculously low at 20, 25 cents on the dollar. It's like almost impossible to fail. And we don't talk to them until they've seen our offer. Or may call us, maybe they have questions, or sometimes they just accept the offer right away. Excuse me. So this is big. This is huge. And my mother actually, hi mom, is right now watching us. And I'm going to be helping her and my stepdad, Rich, do vacant land deals. And we'll be documenting that process as we go through this challenge. We're going to be helping them. So I'm super excited about this. That's awesome. And Gavin, you touched on it a little bit, setting a vision for your life. We want to challenge you guys to dream big. Now, your dream is not to like travel all around the world, right? Maybe your dream is just to sit on your back porch or go to Starbucks and do deals from a laptop. But we want you to dream big. We want you to dream big. We want you to dream big, like quit your job type of big, to not be dependent anymore on government welfare or Big Brother, not be dependent anymore on a paycheck or a job. Because when I was working my job, I felt the riskiest thing I could do would be to keep my job, right? Because I could get fired any day. They could send me to, somewhere, some small state in the middle of nowhere to work on some project. And I didn't have a choice. I had to do it. Right. Yep. So I felt like, and I was always one paycheck away from bankruptcy. I mean, like just living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And my time was so restricted. If you want to experience freedom, financial freedom, right? You need to take control of your own destiny. You need to take what are your goals and dream big, and then come up with a plan to accomplish that. And we're telling you right now, housing, real estate, whether you're doing houses or land, is the fastest, easiest way to find financial independence. I mean, I say that honestly and genuinely from my heart. Now, not everybody's going to be successful in this, right? It's not an easy get rich quick business. It takes work. It takes determination. You have to be willing to fail forward. You need to be willing to make mistakes. But once you learn this business and how easy it is, guys, anybody can do it. My teenage sons can do it. My mom's going to be doing it soon here, right? We can do it. We have I've had virtual assistants, Gavin, from the Philippines that have gotten the leads, talked to the sellers, made the offers, and closed deals for me. Is that crazy?
Yeah, I know it can be done.
Yeah.
Virtual assistants, I mean, they're just on another level. Like people say, oh, they don't work. Like if you work with them, you treat them right, you train them, you interact with them. Okay. I mean, great. I mean, I have probably 5 or 6. I think you have probably 5 or 6 on your side, and they do a lot of work. You know, they run a lot of things, and and you're exactly right. And the cheap. I hate to use the word cheap, but for what you get, like, and what we pay them, like if they were born in America, they'd be making 60, 70, 80,000 to do what they do for maybe 12,000 a year or whatever it may be.
And you're using virtual assistants to make cold calls for you for your houses.
Absolutely.
Right now we're using virtual assistants to do the due diligence on the land. Excuse me. So we want you guys to dream big. We want you to think that anything is possible, because it is. And if you're stuck in a 9-to-5 job, maybe you're watching this on a replay after your 9-to-5 job, right? And you're like, man, I need to have something that I can fall back on. Then this is your year. Our biggest goal on this challenge is not to teach you all the minute detail. Our biggest goal is to teach you that you can do it, to get you to believe that you can do this. This is for you. We're not special. I am college educated. I don't even know, Gavin, do you have a college degree?
I do, yeah.
All right. Well, even if we didn't, college degree has helped me zero with making money in this business. Okay. It doesn't matter your social economic status. It doesn't matter your color. It doesn't matter if you're young or old, if you know how to use a computer or not. You can do business. You can make money in this business. So we want you guys to dream big, and we want you to just write it down. Write down, what are your goals, right? Like, where are you now, and where do you want to be? Sometimes just writing that down is going to it's like putting it out in the universe, right? And writing it down is going to almost, I don't want to sound spiritual and mystifying, right? But it makes it happen. Can you explain it better than I can?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, when you look at, when I take on someone, right, we talk about the bigger picture. Like, what vision do you have? Like, why are we having this conversation? Is because you have to know where you're heading to get there. Okay. If you get in your car and you're going to the doctor's, then you get in the car and you go to the doctor's. If you get in the car and you don't know where you're going, you're just going to either not move or just drive around aimlessly and get nowhere, right? So you have to have a plan to what you're doing. So when you break this down, like when people come in, Joe, into the coaching program, and I speak with them, I'm like, well, what do you want? I don't know what I want. And they do know what they want. You just have to get to it, right? So we're like, well, do you want to buy and hold? Like, what's the dream? What's the goal? The dream is, if I could have, a passive income of 10,000 a month, and I could own 20 rentals. Okay, so you want to be an investor that does buy and holds, ideally. Is that what you're telling me? And they're like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay, cool. So that's the end goal. So why don't we, if we started with wholesale, maybe you could, pick the best deals for you and wholesale the rest. So you can still make your fast cash, do 2, 3, 4 deals, and then let's buy one and hold one, and let's go again. If that's part of their journey on what they want, right? I think one of the biggest things that everyone does, and this is me included, is that you get and start living somebody else's vision, right? And I have it with masterminds. I surround myself with some of the best in the business, okay? And I'll go and I get this little shiny going on for a minute, that I meet this guy in a mastermind that's bought 1,500 units in the last year. And I'll be like, oh, wow, 1,500 units in a year, and you making this money and all that. And then I start to think, oh, maybe I could do that. And then when I actually sit back and look, and I'm like, I couldn't think of anything worse than having 1,500 units to manage, and the hassle and the expense and running it and repairs. Like, no, that's not what I want, right? So live your own vision and dream. Don't live it through someone else's lens. You've got to live it through your own, okay? And mine is, I have friends, okay, that make way more money than me. They do more business than me, okay? But I would not swap it in a heartbeat, okay? Because they're tied into a building. They have 40, 50 staff. Their outgoing is 300,000 a month, okay? They've got to do 35 deals to break even. That's not what I want, okay? I want to stay small, lean, and profitable. That's what I want to do, okay? And probably Joe is very similar. So you have to create this thing. And then once you have that vision, you know where you're heading, right? I just did a podcast on this. Do you want to build a business or do you want another job? Right? And there's a difference. You're going to have to work like it's a job up front, but you have to have then the vision of how you're going to exit. How are you going to wear every hat in your business because it's you and you're starting off, to then how do you exit from that hat and fill that spot and outsource the next spot? And what spot should you outsource first, right? The first one's a virtual assistant. I'll give it to you right now. The first hire you should ever make in your business is a virtual assistant, whether it be a cold call or an admin. I'm telling you, that is going to be the first hire that you'll need. And you can start to then offload, and then the vision, you're on them steps to doing it, doing small wins, okay? And a win doesn't mean a deal, right? Break it down. A win might be having your first conversation, making your first offer. A win might be then making 3 offers the next day. So break it down, because if you're winning, okay, then you're going to keep going. You're going to stay motivated to then your goal will come, right? If you focus on today, the outcome will happen. And a lot of you just want to go, well, I need a deal. I got a deal in 30 days. Joe, Gavin, do you think I can do it? Are you sure I can do a deal in 30 days? Your energy is going in the wrong place. And I would say, you know what? No, you can't do a deal. With that mindset and you focusing on that deal, you're not doing. Why don't you say, hey, I'm going to talk to 10 people today. I'm going to make 5 offers today. And I'm going to do the same tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. Yeah, you'll get a deal in 30 days. No problem. You see the difference?
Yeah. You guys got to write it down. What do you want? And that's where it all starts. You need to write down what you want. If you want, go ahead and write it down right now in the comments. What do you want out of your business? And then start, because your mind is going to get whatever you focus on. If you focus on fear, you're going to find fear. Or you can focus on opportunity. You can focus on deals. Because we could dive deep into the tactics right now, but that's only 20% of what you need.
Yep.
What you need to get into your head that you can actually do this. We could start right now and dive into step 1, step 2, step 3, and the details and the maps and the process and diagrams, and show you A to Z how it all happens and gives you the maps. But you know what? 80% of you, that'll go right over your head. You'll get excited, but you won't do anything about it. We've seen it over and over and over and over again. And it's so frustrating. We could teach you and show you exactly what we're doing in our business, how we do everything, and still most people won't do anything about it because they get paralyzed in fear. They don't really know what they want. They haven't written it down. They haven't said they're focusing on the fear. They're focusing on, what if it goes wrong? What if it goes right? What if the seller says, yeah? What am I going to do then? What if I make a bad offer? Like, we could go through list by list, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about the main things in our head, the objections that stop us from going on day 3. But we want you guys to believe that you can do it, right? We're not special. We're just massive action takers. And your speed to success in this business, your speed to making money, to doing deals, to finding financial freedom, quitting your job, your speed to success is directly proportional to the amount of action that you're willing to take, right? It's massive, imperfect action. So we're here to tell you it's okay to make mistakes. You're here to learn, but we want you moving forward. We don't want you just in study mode. I was a professional student for 3 years before I started doing deals and making money. Gavin was only a professional student for a couple months, if that, right, Gavin?
Yeah, I went straight into coaching, 7,500. Didn't even know what the word wholesaling meant. But I come from a coaching background, so if I'm going to do it, I know I have to invest in myself. That's just me. Why am I going to go and try and figure it out? And the thing is, as well, you learn bad habits. I know that as a golf professional. Sometimes it's easier, Joe, to take on a client that's never swung a golf club than someone that's been doing it for 20 years. Because the guy that's been doing it, or the gal, for 20 years, now I've got all these habits that they don't want to change, right? Yeah. Because you've always got to go backwards to get better, okay? And if you can come out, and if you're here now listening and you don't know anything, like, that's awesome, because you guys are just like ready to go and it's fresh. Now there's a lot of people on here that's bought every course going from every mentor out there that's never done a deal. And they're like, and that's why we're focusing on this today so much, is because this is the bit you have to get right. If you can't get the foundation of the mindset right, okay, and it isn't rah, we could go in and go, right, this is what you need to do. Here's your market. But this is just more education that you can't act on. because guess what? You're going to get overwhelmed and then you're not going to do anything. Or you're going to say, well, what if this and what if that happens? And that's what we want to do. We want to install that this isn't that difficult. You've just got to let it go and do it. And everyone can do it. I'm pretty confident that I could probably take 80% if I was throwing a number. If you guys listening to right now, if we ask you a question and go, right, tell me how to do a wholesale deal, you'll all know how to do it. Every single one of you would probably go, well, you do this, you find it at a discount, you do some marketing, you have a conversation, you lock it up and sell it to a buyer. And it was that easy to say, right? But the bit that you miss is the mindset to get it done every day, right? And that's why we're talking about what we're talking about right now.
All right, so we talked about a terrorist, a gun to your head. Okay, Gavin, let me just ask you. A terrorist had a gun at your head and said, you have 30 days, let's say, to do a deal. What would you do?
30 days, and all I have is a phone, right?
And a laptop.
And a laptop. So I have a couple of answers, but I'm just going to give you the one that I actually did. I never had a gun to my head, but I'll tell you the one that I actually
All right, let's stop using that analogy. That's enough.
Okay, so I would go and network at RIAs. Okay, so your meetup groups. I'd be going on like meetup.com, meetup.com, and I'd find out what was going on activity-wise, investors, meetups, and things like that. And I'd go and I'd network. And what I would do is I would say something like, if I didn't have any money, I'd say, hey, I have time on my hands. I don't have any money. Is there any chance that I can work any old leads for you? Okay, and we can partner. And I would go that route. I would go and partner with people that had dead leads that are not doing follow-up. And then I would just pound the phone like you've never seen before. And when I actually did this, I locked up 2 deals within 7. We got a contract back within 7 to 10 days. I did my first 2 deals exactly that way. $0 because I ran out. And then I did this. And if I was not on the phone, I was not making money. And that was my goal. My goal was, how much talk time can I have? So if I'm going to call for 10 hours, I'm going to work for 10 hours. I want to be on the phone for 4, 5, 6 hours having conversations with somebody. And that's what I would do. And I know that it would work.
Yeah. All right. Who's interested in learning what I would do? If you are interested in what Joe would do, type in Joe into the comments right now. I'm trying to get you guys, just make sure you're still there. We've got almost 400 people watching right now. And so if you want me to tell you what to do, I just want to make sure you guys are still there and you're awake. Type in Joe into the comments. All right, now we're starting to see the Joes. Okay, good. And let's just say, Gavin, I had no money. You know what I would do? And I would do land, number one, and we're going to be talking about that. I would do land, and I would sell, like, here's my iPad right here. I would sell my iPad. I would sell my slippers. These are nice Sorel slipper. Okay, it's kind of gross. I'm showing you. But you could sell these things and make $10 on eBay, can't you, Gavin? Facebook Marketplace. I don't know. I would sell anything I could to get about $1,000 in cash. And I'm guaranteeing all of you guys have something that you can start selling on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or something. My son's doing this right now. So my son is doing DoorDash. He wants. It's a complicated story. He's done a lot of land deals. My 18-year-old son is what I'm talking about. But right now he's at a place where he kind of doesn't want to work for dad. I totally get it. So he's doing some DoorDash. And he's actually making decent money with DoorDash. So that's a good way, by the way. If you need some money for marketing, just go drive DoorDash for a week or something, 2 weeks, and or Uber, right? So anyway, I would get some money, sell some stuff, get some cash. And then I would do land, and I would go into, and I'll show you some more details of this later, especially if you're VIP, because you're going to watch us do this live, actually, when we release videos of us doing this stuff. But I'd go pick like 2 or 3 different counties where there's a lot of activity. Now, what I like to do is I like to buy land for super cheap. That's small, 2 to 40 acres, 1 to 40 acres, rural vacant lots, like an hour or 2 outside of town. Not even necessarily in the path of growth. I'm looking for small, rural, vacant land way out in the middle of nowhere in the sticks where, somebody might want to go buy some land for cheap to go hunting, to ride their four-wheelers, to go camping, just to have a place where they can bug out, if everything hits the fan or whatnot, right? And so I would go find the hottest counties. Maybe I'd start in Missouri, maybe Oklahoma, Florida. And I would see, all right, well, like Iowa, for example, has 99 counties. Most states have an average of 40 or 50 counties in it, okay? And you can go and see which counties for free have the most listings and the most solds. And usually in that price range of like $20,000 to $150,000, 2 to 40 acres. These are going to be small rural lots where people can, like I just said, want to go hunting or just get away, ride their four-wheelers and stuff. Then I would pull a list of vacant land of people who own land in those counties in that acreage range that bought it over 10 years ago. So they've owned it for a long time. That it's not in an LLC, so it's not a business or something like that. That don't live in that county. So this isn't people that own land next to where they live. And I would get that list and I would send them a simple, ugly, handwritten postcard that says, hey, my name is Joe, or hey, Jim, my name is Joe. I'm looking to buy more land in XYZ County. I see that you have a 2.4 acre lot. If you're interested in selling it, call the 24-hour recorded voicemail. Oh, the other thing I would do with that money when I sell something, I would immediately sign up for Freedom Soft. Or what I would become a VIP member and enter into the drawing to win 6 months of Freedom Soft, which we'll announce the winner tonight. All right, newmarketvip.com. All right, but I would get Freedom Soft because I'd need Freedom Soft. I need the local phone number. So I'd get, if I'm going into whatever counties, South Carolina, I would get a phone number that's local to that county. All right. And that would go to my voicemail in Freedom Soft. In Freedom Soft, you set all this up. But the voicemail would say, hey, thanks for calling about, you got our postcard. You want to sell a lot in Jackson County. Please leave your name and number and your reference number that's on the postcard, and we will send you an offer. So the postcard says, hey, Jim, I want to buy your 4.3 acre lot in Jackson County. If you're interested in selling, call this 24-hour recorded voicemail. All right. And there's a reference number on that postcard. And this is a handwritten postcard. We can do these postcards for like 35 cents using the tools that we have. And you could also do a letter for like 53 cents. And so I would send about 1,000 of them out. All right. Now listen to this, guys. I'd send about 1,000 of these out. When you're doing houses in competitive markets, like where you live, every market's competitive. You're going to get 0.5% response rate if you're doing well. I was just in a mastermind the other day. Guys were saying in there that we're getting 0.5%, like 0.25% response rate on their direct mail, which is crazy stupid, right? Yep. But in land, we are averaging right now 3 to 5% response rates. That's triple or 6 times as much. All right. With vacant land, there is virtually no competition. And we're targeting sellers that own this land. They've owned it for a long time. A lot of them, their husband bought it 20 years ago. They're sick of paying the taxes. He passed away. They didn't even know they owned it until they were going through the probate. We get tons of people like that. Or they bought it 10 years ago because they thought they were going to go camping and they've never done it. And they're just wanting to get rid of it. So we make ridiculous low offers. And guess what, guys? What we're averaging right now, 1 out of 28 offers get accepted at 25 cents on the dollar. Right? So we send out this postcard. I'll send 1,000 of them out, which would cost me about $400 to send for the list and the postcards. All right. Let's say I get a 3% response rate. That means I'm going to get about 30 calls to my voicemail. And because I put in that postcard, call our 24-hour recorded voicemail, they know nobody's going to answer. So I get more calls. I don't know how much more, but almost double the calls I get. All right. Those calls go into Freedom Soft. Freedom Soft automatically sends them a text back. Hey, thanks for calling. Sorry, I missed your call. What was the reference number on that postcard? And half the time they'll leave a voicemail. The other half of the time they'll text back the reference number. Right. Then I've not talked to them yet. Right. Then I can look up their data, their information. From that reference number, I can see who it is that called, the mailing address of where they live, and the address of the property. And sometimes there is no address because it's just a vacant lot, but I know the street maybe, or the city. I know the GPS coordinates. I know the APN number or the parcel ID. I know the county that it is, the acreage, and all of that. I can click a button, see it on a map, and I can go. I use different websites, but I can see what similar properties are selling for in that area. So I look at solds and actives. I see what a 2-acre lot is selling for. Let's say 2-acre lots in that area, in that county, are selling for $10,000. Right? Type in a few things, click a button, and I'm going to generate an offer for $2,500. So if it's worth about 10 grand, I'm mailing an offer to the seller for 2,500. And I'll click a few buttons, send that seller an offer. I have not even talked to them yet. I'm going to send them an offer. FreedomSoft is going to send them an email, send them a text. We're going to send them a slide dial, a dial like a pre-recorded voicemail. Hey, Mr. Seller, Jim, we just sent you an offer. You should get it today or tomorrow in the mail, whatever. And then of the, 28 of those offers that I send, on average, one of them is going to respond back. And they'll say, yeah, maybe, or I can't do 2,500. I can do 3,000. Okay, fine. Okay. That right there, that whole thing I just said takes about a week to do, maybe less. Okay. And I've paid for that from selling my iPad, my iPhone that doesn't work. Remember iPods? Do you have any iPads? Pods? Like I would sell that stuff, get the cash, and that's it. I'm taking massive action. If you're listening to this, you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds overwhelming. Or, I've never done that before. Or what if this? What if they say no? What if they say yes? Or what if I make an offer on a property that's on a nuclear waste dump? Or you're going to get all of these like things whirling around in your head.
Yeah.
But don't worry about those details yet, because we're taking massive imperfect action. Remember, what you focus on, you're going to get. If you're focused on fear, you're going to find it. You're going to find fear. You're going to find excuses. If you're focusing on the opportunity, like, oh my gosh, okay, I don't understand why I'm doing this. Or I don't understand why I have to use that or use these tools or make that ridiculous offer. Who on earth would want to buy a 2-acre lot in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the desert, right? Doesn't matter, because we're following the demand. And we're going to, oh my gosh, we could spend an whole hour talking on that, because that's why Gavin and I are so successful. We're not creating the demand. We're finding it and finding out what they want, and we're giving it to them.
Yep.
Right. So I'm going into seeing where there's already demand, where there's already people wanting to buy this land. And I'm targeting sellers because, guys, they don't get the competition that people do in houses. They're not getting a stack of letters every day. They're not getting a bunch of cold calls and text messages, right? That's why my response rates are so high.
Yep.
So anyway,
I just want to say it's going to be good, like when we go into these markets, because I'm doing something a little different, right? Where I'm going to be looking at the cold call and texting, and my budget is going to be, I'm going to stay under $1,000 for the month when I build this out and kind of show you how to lead gen in a market. And the way that I'm going to be building it as well is literally saying there's going to be crossroads in it where, okay, a VA can do this, or guess what? You do this, right? If you want to save on that money, you do this work. But even with this, I'm going to stay under $1,000, going into a market that I've never been into. Okay. And there'll be some key things that sway me to a market. And we're going to be talking a bit more about this tomorrow, but obviously, as Joe said, where buyers are buying. Okay. And sometimes there's thousands of markets in the United States. If you want to talk about counties or cities within states, there's thousands that you could pick from, literally, to do deals in. And just start thinking, I'm just going to give you a little heads up and advantage here, is start thinking like, where do you live right now? Where did you live? Where did you grow up? Did you go to college somewhere, right? Do you have friends and family living somewhere? And what you're going to do is all of a sudden, you're going to narrow down immediately from thousands of markets to like, oh, I have my aunt and uncle in this county, and these people here. And I used to live up in, St. Louis for 20 years. Now I'm in San Diego and I know St. Louis really well. Okay, well, maybe St. Louis is the market then. So you can actually narrow everything down real quick, and then you can analyze what that particular market is doing. So just be thinking about that on the house side.
Yeah, because you could, like my mom right now. Hi, Mom, again. She's in California, in San Diego. And so we might go into a different county in California, right? But it doesn't matter. We might go into Florida. We might go into Oklahoma, Nebraska. There's vacant land everywhere. Anywhere where people go hunting or camping is where you can flip these vacant lots. All right. So we're going to be covering that in more detail tomorrow. We're going to be diving deeper into like how we pick the market for houses, how we pick the markets for land, the marketing that we send out. And then what do we do when they respond? Like, I wish I could tell you right now, Gavin is already, because if you're a VIP member, we're going to be documenting our progress as we go. And Gavin's taking a little vacation, so he's done it a little early. And you already are getting solid leads that you're calling and making offers on. So if you're a VIP member, I just want to remind you again what you get. This is so important. You guys, if you sign up today, you're going to save $100. All right. It's only a $197. What you're going to get is, number one, recordings of these calls right here. All right. You're going to get extra Q&A calls that we're doing in the evening. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're doing extra Q&A calls where we'll answer all your questions. We'll be on there until all your questions are answered. And it's not going to be in a Facebook group like this. It'll be in a Zoom meeting. All right. Then you're going to get the mind map and a workbook that we have for all of this. We're doing a 2-day virtual boot camp in early February. I think February 10th and 11th, or 11th and 12th, where we're going to be breaking down all of this. And it's like a huge masterclass on virtual deals, doing virtual deals in land and houses. We're also doing, between the time that this challenge is done and the 2-day boot camp, we're going to be documenting our progress in a actual new market. I'm going to go into a new market. Gavin's going into a new market. I'm doing land. Gavin's going to be doing houses. And we're going to be showing you exactly what we do and documenting the results of what we're doing. So we're either going to look really cool or we're going to look pretty foolish and have a lot of egg on our face, because we're going to. So I'm doubly now challenged to prove that this actually works and that I can do better than Gavin.
There we go.
What else do they get? They get the software, the offer software, I think. But we'll throw it in anyway that we have. Yeah. So they get the recordings, they get the mind map of this challenge, they get the 2-day boot camp, they get the it's almost 2 weeks of us documenting every day our progress as we go into new markets. And what else, Gavin? I think that's it.
The mind map, you said?
Yeah, the Q&A calls.
Yeah,
right, anyway.
Yeah, you nailed it.
You'll see it if you go to newmarketvip.com. And if you sign up today, you save $100. All right.
Yeah. I just want to say as well, real quick, like the 2-day event alone is going to be huge. I mean, we're going to be doing it virtual, full days, dive in, and the good thing is we're going to be looking at back on what we did over these short videos. I don't know about Joe, but I'm breaking it down into probably it's going to be 12 to probably 17, 15-minute videos, okay? Yeah. In that range. And I'm going to be doing a piece every day. But what you'll get to see is that how quickly, if you put all them videos together, I can be in a market. I believe I can generate in a market within 48 hours. Okay? If I could get my VA that fast, right? 48 hours I can be generating in any market in the United States. Very confident in that. So very quickly, but obviously I know what I'm doing and I can do it. And obviously, but I'm going to be demonstrating that to get them leads, because the first thing in a new market is what you need. You need to understand the structure and how to pick it. You need to understand then, you have to get leads, right? If virtual, because now I just said, well, what would you do? I'd walk into a local RIA and I would network and I would be on the phone working other people's leads. That's how I started. But let's say you're going to go virtual, which I'm definitely going to go virtual in my market. And we need to start generating leads at affordable rate under $1,000.
Yep. So what we're going to be covering tomorrow as well in this challenge, same place right here in the Facebook group. All right. Make sure you go to newmarketchallenge.com. By the way, if you've not, let me put that link up here. Make sure you go to newmarketchallenge.com if you're watching this on YouTube, because you got to be in the Facebook group. That's where we're participating, in the Facebook group. Once you're in there, you can sign up for VIP. But tomorrow, we're going to be covering the exact steps, the important principles to understand first, like finding the demand first, finding the buyers first, and going into the market where they are. Because you might be living in Nashville, Tennessee, or Los Angeles, California, and there's demand there, right? But there's probably not as much activity, investor activity, as there are in other more affordable markets. So I see a lot of questions right now, like, who are you selling the land to? Who's buying it? I'll show you. It's really simple and easy to find where these markets are. All right. So we'll be teaching you what we look for in a market, how we pick the market, and then what we do when we actually go into that market, the step-by-step of what we do. So we want you to be here tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow here in the Facebook group, we're going to be live. A lot of you are asking, where do we find these videos at? They're under the announcements or they're under the featured section. So in the Facebook group called New Market Challenge, there's something called announcements or featured or something like that. Cool. So go there to see this video, and for tomorrow we'll be there as well. Do we have any questions real quick, Dana, or comments? I'm going to bring you in, Dana.
I just want to say, remember 8 p.m. tonight, we go live for the VIP call.
Yeah.
Yes. If you purchase VIP, then your link to tonight's Q&A call was emailed to you, but definitely contact our support team if you have any questions. It's support@joemccall.com. And then I also wanted to mention tomorrow we'll be giving away a prize. So keep posting in the Facebook group. If you do a live video just introducing yourself, then that makes you eligible for the prize tomorrow.
And the prize tomorrow is going to be what?
The Simple Lease Options course.
Oh.
So that's valued at $2,500. So we're not skimpy on the prizes, people. So it's definitely worth doing a live video.
Yeah. Excellent. So to get access to those prizes, guys, we want you to do a live video in the Facebook group. Just say, hey, guys, this is Jim. This is what I learned, or this is what I was challenged with, or I just want to tell you where I'm from. These are my goals. We want you to participate in this Facebook group. The more activity and comments and new posts that we see, the better. So we're going to pick a winner of somebody that goes live in Facebook, who actually goes into the group with their phone and does a quick little video saying, hey, this is Jim. And this is what I learned today. This is what I'm going to do. This is my goals, whatever you want to say. But tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're hoping to accomplish. And then tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, if you're a VIP member, we're going to be in Zoom. It's not Facebook group. It's going to be in a Zoom meeting. And when you sign up, you'll get the you'll get the Zoom meeting link emailed to you.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to be answering all your questions live. Cool. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the important principles and the exact steps by steps of what we're doing and why we're doing it. And then if you're VIP for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be documenting every day us actually going into a market and showing you the actual real results. And Gavin has already been getting amazing results. And he actually is ahead of me right now. He's got more leads than I do. So that won't last very long, Gavin.
We'll see. We'll see if you can. We'll see if you can stay in budget.
Oh, challenge accepted.
All right. Again, newmarketvip.com. Lori signed up. Awesome.
Yeah. And then someone asked about the drawing for the 6 months of Freedom Soft.
Yeah.
And that's tonight for the anyone who purchased VIP, you'll be eligible for that.
Yeah, we'll just, Dana, pick somebody at random who's a VIP member.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah. And the other reason, because people say, well, why can't we just do the call? Like, VIP is on video, like us three now, with everybody else in VIP also on video if you want video on, right? But it's the concept of like this meeting style. So it's just where we can answer, look at deals. I mean, really anything goes in VIP. Like, you ask any questions, market, deal, it can be anything, right? So bring your questions to that call and we'll get them answered. And I'm excited, to get there. And the value leading up to that 2-day event, I'm excited about, one, the challenge of us going in a market, but also, that 2-day event's going to be great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And again, Dana, if you can go ahead and type it in this, I'll do it right now. Support at Joe McCall. If any of you are having technical problems or need help, send an email to support@joemccall.com. Our team is 3 or 4 VAs and Dana. We constantly get these tickets and we respond quickly. So send an email to support@joemccall.com. We'll respond within minutes. If you have any technical issues or problems, or you're wondering where is this, where is that, send an email to support@joemccall.com. All right. So just real quick, guys, again, we want you to walk away from this knowing that you can do this. So type in the comments, I can do this. It's as simple as that. It starts and ends there with the belief that you can actually do this. There's no trick. You don't have to spend $25,000 on some huge coaching program to learn how to do this. You can do this. That mentality and that belief is 80-90% of everything that you need, right? The tactics, the details, I'm telling you, they're important, but they're not as important as you think. What's important is this mental belief, these 4 inches in between your ears. Can you believe that you can do it? Can you believe that despite what you think are obstacles, despite your hindrances or objections, all your questions, your what ifs, do you believe that you can actually do this? If the answer is yes, you will succeed, right? So type in the comments right now as we leave here, I can do this. Yes, this is for me. Whatever you want to say, however you want to say it, type it in, because this is going to be so important for you. This is the key to your success. Gavin, you want to say anything else to wrap it up?
Yeah, well, tonight, 6 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock my time, 8 p.m. Eastern, okay? Make sure you join us. Like Joe just said, I think homework for today, you should be writing down where you are now, where you want to be, okay? And then thinking, how are you going to get there, right? Make sure that you do your goals today. And the reason I'm saying today is because it's fresh. Tomorrow, we're on to something else. We're talking about something else. If you don't do anything day to day and take action now, come day 3, you're going to be overwhelmed with all this information again, right? So get it done today. Write your goals. What do you want? What are you trying to achieve? Write it down. Once it's down, it's done. You can then look at it, pin it up on the computer, right? Next to the computer, side of the bed. I don't know, wherever you want. And as Joe just said, like, it starts with, self-belief. If I can do it and Joe can do it, I mean, you only have to look at me from the UK. I was a golf professional, 0 real estate experience. So if I can do it, then you can too.
Yep.
I have a suggestion real quick.
Uh-huh.
I think if Gavin beats you, Joe, you need to buy him a pair of those slippers.
There we go. Yes.
Okay. I'll do it. Challenge accepted.
All right.
Challenge accepted. All right, guys. One more thing too. Don't forget, tomorrow's video, we're going to be live in the Facebook group again. And to get to that Facebook group, it's free. Go to newmarketchallenge.com. Make sure you're signed up there. Newmarketchallenge.com. And that will get you into the Facebook group where we are doing this live. And we're going to be live tomorrow at, again, 10 a.m. Eastern. And we're going live again on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And then we haven't really announced this, but we're going to be doing bonus content again later in the week on a Thursday and a Friday, and maybe even Saturday, Sunday. We're going to be doing bonus content. We've already been putting extra bonus content in there, like some of the criteria we look for when we go into new markets, some interviews with successful coaching students that have done deals in the past. So there's a lot of good stuff in that Facebook group. You're going to be networking with, masterminding with other people in the community. So go check that out, newmarketchallenge.com. Okay, guys. Any questions? Again, email support at Joe McCall. I know some of you are asking about VIP calls and time zones, and should be 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe. But just send an email to support at joemccall.com if you have any questions about that. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Gavin and Dana.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
See
you all soon. Bye-bye.